Oprah and the Emperor unmask Stoic truths for bulletproof resilience. Now, can you feel it? That almost constant hum of pressure, the relentless modern drumbeat of more, faster now? What if the key to unshakable peace wasn't a new hack, but an ancient truth, waiting to be rediscovered by two of history's most insightful voices? Imagine that conversation. Welcome. We're about to go on a pretty unique journey today. We're stepping into a space where profound empathy meets timeless wisdom. Imagine Oprah Winfrey, a global voice who has guided millions towards deeper understanding and personal growth, sitting down with Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher whose private meditations have offered solace and strength for nearly 2 millennia. This isn't just a historical fantasy. It's an exploration, a deep dive into how the raw, unvarnished truths of Stoicism, as revealed through this extraordinary imagined dialogue, can forge bulletproof resilience within you right now. Together, we'll explore emotional mastery, find ways to handle the overwhelming stress we all feel, and uncover ancient wisdom that can help you in your toughest battles for inner peace. What if the serenity you seek is not about changing the world outside, but mastering the world within? Let's find out. Section 1. The illusion of control and the power of perception. Oprah. Warm, inquisitive tone. Marcus, it's an honor beyond words. Your meditations have been a quiet companion to so many, including myself, through turbulent times. The world today, it really feels like a storm of anxieties. People are overwhelmed by events far beyond their individual reach. Global crises, economic uncertainties, the sheer pace of change. You ruled an empire, faced war, plague, personal loss. How did you, amidst such monumental pressures, find your center? Where does one begin to untangle this feeling of powerlessness? Marcus Aurelius, calm, measured, thoughtful voice. The honor is mine, Oprah. The human experience, it seems, holds on to its core challenges across the ages. You speak of powerlessness, yet the first truth, the bedrock of tranquility, is this. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So much of what distresses us doesn't come from the events themselves, but from how we see them, our judgments about them. Oprah, our perception. So it's not about denying the reality of hardship, but about choosing our response. That's a powerful distinction. So many people feel that acknowledging pain, especially pain inflicted by external circumstances, is crucial. How does Stoicism reconcile acknowledging suffering with this internal focus? Marcus Aurelius, acknowledgement is essential. To be Stoic is not to be unfeeling. It is to feel, and then to reason. The cucumber is bitter? Then throw it away. There are briars in the path? Then walk aside. That is all you need to know. Nothing more. Don't add, why were such things made in the world? That kind of question just brings in a complaint against nature, a disturbance you've created yourself. We cannot control the nature of the cucumber or the placement of the briars, but we absolutely control our decision to discard or detour, and importantly, our decision not to tether our peace to these external facts. Confine yourself to the present. So much anxiety is born from borrowing trouble from the future or reliving the grievances of the past. The present moment is your sole domain of action and thought. Confine yourself to the present. That resonates deeply. I've often spoken about the importance of being fully present, of happiness not being a destination, but a way of experiencing the now. It's liberating, isn't it? To understand that this moment, however challenging, is where our power truly lies. Not in wishing things were different, but in mastering our internal landscape regarding what is. It sounds like a discipline, a daily practice. Marcus Aurelius. Indeed, it is a continuous exercise of the mind. Each day, remind yourself, These events, these people, they are external. My reasoned choice, my will, my judgment, these are mine. And in that distinction lies the seed of serenity. Section 2. Emotional storms and the anchor of reason. Oprah. Let's talk about those emotional storms, Marcus. Stress, anger, frustration, grief. They can feel like tempests, completely overwhelming our rational minds. You yourself wrote about struggling with your own temper. In a world that constantly triggers us through social media, relentless news cycles, personal conflicts, how do you actually cultivate that emotional mastery you talk about? Is it about just suppressing feelings? Marcus Aurelius, suppression? That's like building a temporary dam against a flood. It's bound to break eventually. True mastery comes not from suppression, but from understanding and redirection, guided by reason. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Consider this. When an external event provokes a strong emotion, that emotion is not inherent in the event itself. It is our judgment about the event that fuels the fire. Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. Oprah. Choose not to be harmed. That's a profound challenge for someone experiencing deep betrayal or loss. That choice can seem impossible. Are you suggesting the pain isn't real? Marcus Aurelius. The initial impact, that first sting, is often unavoidable. That's natural, but the story we tell ourselves about it, the way we dwell on it, the feeling of being a victim or being permanently injured, that's where our choice really comes in. The event is a fact. Our suffering is often our opinion about that fact. We can feel the sting, acknowledge it, and then ask, is this truly harming my core self, my capacity for virtue, my ability to act with reason? Often the answer is no. External events cannot touch the soul's own choices unless the soul allows it. Oprah. So it's like creating a little space between what happens and how we react, a pause where reason can step in. This sounds a lot like what people call mindfulness today, but with a real emphasis on thinking things through rationally. How do you actually build up that muscle of reasoned response? Marcus Aurelius, through constant practice. Through self-discipline, or sophrosune, moderation and self-control. Remind yourself, as I often did, to be strict with yourself, but tolerant with others. When anger rises, ask, what is this emotion? What judgment underlies it? Is this judgment true? Is it helpful? Will I regret this reaction later? Often the simple act of questioning diffuses its power. And remember, others act from their own understanding, or lack thereof. To expect them to act otherwise is to expect figs in winter. Be tolerant. Oprah, tolerant with others, strict with ourselves. That requires immense self-awareness. It also speaks to a deep sense of personal responsibility for our emotional state, rather than constantly outsourcing that to external events or other people. This is a cornerstone of resilience, isn't it? Not being tossed about by every wave, but having an internal anchor. Marcus Aurelius. Precisely, your inner citadel. Fortify it daily with reason, with virtuous intentions, and it will become impenetrable to the assaults of fortune. Section 3. The nature of true good and the quest for lasting peace. Oprah. Marcus, you lived in a world of immense power and material wealth. Yet your writings consistently point towards something deeper as the source of true contentment. You often speak of virtue, wisdom, justice, courage, temperance, as the sole good. In our modern society, so much emphasis is placed on external markers of success, wealth, status, achievement. How do we square the pursuit of a good life in the world with this Stoic idea that external things are just indifferent? Marcus Aurelius. Things like health, wealth, reputation, pleasure, and pain, even life and death. Yes, these are indifferents. Now, this doesn't mean they have no value or that we shouldn't manage them carefully. It just means they aren't good or bad in themselves. They can be used well or poorly. A sword is indifferent. In the hand of a just soldier, it defends. In the hand of a brigand, it harms. The true good resides in how we use these indifferents, in the character of our actions, guided by virtue. Oprah. So happiness and peace don't stem from accumulating these things, but from the virtuous application of our will, regardless of our external circumstances. This explains how someone with very little materially can possess profound peace, while someone with everything can be deeply troubled. I've seen this many times. True happiness is an inside job. Marcus Aurelius. Exactly. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, and the quality of your thoughts is shaped by your commitment to virtue. If you seek tranquility, seek to live in accordance with nature, which means living in accordance with reason and social duty. Act justly, speak truthfully, face adversity with courage, approach pleasure with temperance. That's where you find an unwavering peace, because it's a peace that external forces just can't take from you. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. That line from your meditations is so direct, so powerful. It really calls for action, for living it, not just understanding it with our minds. This active pursuit of virtue, how does it specifically build resilience against stress and anxiety? Marcus Aurelius. Stress and anxiety? They often pop up from a kind of misalignment, wanting things we can't control or being afraid of losing things that aren't really ours to hold on to in the first place. When your primary aim is to be virtuous, to act rightly in the present moment with the circumstances you are given, then externals lose their power to unsettle you. Did you act with justice? With courage? With wisdom? If so, then the outcome, whether favorable or not by worldly standards, cannot diminish your true worth or your inner peace. This focus on internal character, on virtuous action, is the ultimate bulwark against the anxieties of life. It's a radical redefinition of success, isn't it? From external acquisition to internal integrity. It means every moment, every challenge, becomes an opportunity to practice virtue, to strengthen that inner citadel. This is a profound source of empowerment. Marcus Aurelius. It is the path to eudaimonia, human flourishing. Not a fleeting pleasure, but a deep, abiding contentment that comes from living a life of meaning and moral purpose. Section 4. Embracing fate and finding strength in acceptance. Oprah. One of the most challenging, yet perhaps most liberating, Stoic concepts is amor fati, loving one's fate. Embracing whatever happens, even suffering, as necessary and perhaps even beneficial. This is a difficult concept for many, especially when faced with profound tragedy or injustice. How can anyone truly love a fate that feels so cruel or unfair? Marcus Aurelius. It's not about passive resignation, Oprah. It's an active acceptance, a recognition that the fabric of the universe is woven from all events, the seemingly good and the seemingly bad. To wish for things to be otherwise is to wish for a different universe, a futile desire. Instead, the wise person asks, how can I use this? How can this obstacle become a path to virtue? Remember, what stands in the way becomes the way. The fire turns obstacles into fuel. Oprah. So, it's about finding the opportunity for growth, for resilience, even within the hardship itself. My own life has taught me that challenges can indeed be our greatest teachers, that wounds can become sources of wisdom and strength. It's a perspective shift from, why is this happening to me, to what can I learn from this? Marcus Aurelius. Exactly. Every situation, no matter how tough, gives us a chance to practice courage, patience, justice, or wisdom. To accept what you cannot change is not weakness. It is the highest form of strength, for it frees your energy to focus on what you can influence, your response, your actions, your character. See each event as a training partner designed to hone your virtues. This perspective transforms adversity from a burden into an instrument for self-perfection. This requires a deep trust, doesn't it? A trust in a larger order, or at least in one's own capacity to derive meaning and strength from any situation. It's about letting go of the fight against reality. Marcus Aurelius. Yes, the archer cannot control the wind, but he can adjust his aim. Focus on your part, your intention, your effort. The rest is nigh, not yours to command. To love your fate is to align your will with the will of nature, to find harmony even in discord, understanding that every note contributes to the symphony of existence. This acceptance isn't about giving up on action, but about giving up the pointless struggle against what you can't change. That frees you up to act more effectively and virtuously with what is possible. Synthesis, the Bulletproof Resilience Toolkit. Oprah. Marcus, this conversation has illuminated such profound, actionable wisdom. If we were to distill these Stoic truths into a toolkit for bulletproof resilience, what would be the essential instruments for someone listening right now who wants to navigate modern life with more peace and strength? Marcus Aurelius, a thoughtful pause. First, master your perceptions. Remember that events themselves are neutral. It is your judgment that gives them color. Choose to see clearly without adding unnecessary drama or fear. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Oprah. That's fundamental. Understanding that our inner world shapes our experience of the outer world. What's next? Marcus Aurelius. Second, focus on the present. Confine your thoughts and actions to the now. Anxiety lives in the future, regret in the past. Your power, your agency is here in this moment. Use it wisely. Oprah, be here now, a simple instruction, yet a lifetime's practice. And the third tool? Marcus Aurelius. Third, practice virtue as your sole good. Let wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance be your guides. When your aim is to act rightly, external outcomes lose their sting. This builds an unshakable inner foundation. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Oprah. So true. Character over circumstance. And the fourth? Marcus Aurelius. Fourth. Accept what you cannot change. Amor fati. Embrace your fate, not with passive resignation, but with active understanding that even adversity can be a teacher and a path to strength. The impediment to action advances action. Use obstacles as fuel. Oprah. Master perception, live presently, pursue virtue, and accept your fate. These four pillars, drawn from your ancient wisdom, offer a powerful roadmap for navigating today's toughest battles for peace with real, lasting resilience. Conclusion and call to action. Oprah. This imagined dialogue, this meeting of minds across millennia, reveals a timeless truth. Resilience isn't some elusive gift, but a strength we build, something forged in the fire of our daily thoughts and actions. The Stoic path, as illuminated by Marcus Aurelius, isn't about escaping life's difficulties, but about meeting them with wisdom, courage, and an unwavering inner peace. What one Stoic principle, one insight from this conversation resonates most deeply with you right now? What single practice can you commit to, starting today, to build your own bulletproof resilience? Share your reflections in the comments below. What does resilience mean to you? And how do these ancient truths speak to your modern challenges? If this exploration has offered you value, please like this video, subscribe for more journeys into wisdom, and share it with others who might be seeking their own path to lasting peace. Thank you for joining us in this extraordinary space. Remember, the power to transform your inner world and thus your experience of life resides within you. Now,